Hi, today I'm going to talk about Google Read and Write, and it's my first screencast, so we'll see how it goes. So this tool I use in my classroom a lot, and in order to get to it, you need to go to the Chrome Web Store and upload it. You need to click in there, and then you'll see it pop up down here. I already have it, so it gives me an option to rate it if you want to. Once you've installed it, you will have this icon up here, the little purple puzzle piece that says RW, and that it makes it accessible at any point in time, whether you're working in a Google Doc or online. So I'm going to talk about two ways that I use it. First of all, with students' own work. And what you can do is once the students are in their own work, you have either the icon up here, or you can have there's a little pop-up here, and you're just going to click on it. And one of the ways that I have students use it is by getting them to listen to their own work after they are finished writing a piece, because they're really poor at revising and editing and seeing their own errors. So if you just put the screen or pull the little puzzle piece down and click where you want it to begin reading. And for example, we'll just click here, and then you're going to go to the play.
You may have been such an affectionate soul and worked your hardest, but yet one sign of illness, and that is the death you. So maybe by the illness, but not from that.
So what I can see here is that there's a part here that doesn't make sense. This should be an "and." I can add that in, and this should be "of you." Now some students can hear that and others just don't pay attention, but that is one of the ways that they can use it to help themselves edit. In their own writing also, they can use something which is called a prediction, which is really great for I use it a lot for my EAL and weaker readers and writers, but it gives them a list of words down here that they might be considering typing. So it kind of tries to guess what you're typing here. And it gives them the spelling. So if we're just typing in here, I can click on the word and it will say it for me.
Terribly.
And it will help me to hear
Trouble.
Whether or not that was the word I was intending to put in. So it's really great for kids for that type of thing. I think there's also a way to do the picture prediction as well. I just don't use that very often in my classroom. The other way that I use it is for online reading. And so just a quick plug for the Newsy LA here. I don't know if you've heard of it or not, but it's a really great way for kids to read at different text levels but read the same text. So this piece here is about pandas. My max level is grade 12, and then it goes down here by grade 9, grade 7. So in my guided reading lessons, I can use the same content of text, but it's at all different levels and the kids have no idea. So I'm going to choose a grade 7 level. I teach 7-8, so that would be an appropriate level here. So if my kids want to come and read, they can, again, they just click the little Read and Write app there. This is especially useful for my kids that have a hard time reading text to themselves. If they're just trying to read it for the purpose of gaining information, then they can pull this up and it can read it to them. So I'm going to highlight the part where I want it to start reading, and then I'm just going to push the play button.
The giant panda has become a symbol of the effort to protect the planet's rarest wildlife.
And lots of things within here I can also use. This Read and Write app has a tool where I can highlight the word if I don't know where it is, and I can look it up. So I can look up a panda. And if I still don't know, especially for my EAL learners who are learning new vocabulary, I have visual for them so they can see what the picture dictionary looks like as well. Another thing that is really neat is I have my students do research and they highlight for specific questions. So I teach them how to read with a question in mind, and we do that on paper first, but then they can come here and if they know already what their questions are, and so I know that for blue I'm going to be highlighting anything about what the panda is, and so this part's going to be blue, and that answers my question for related to pandas. Then maybe yellow, or sorry, I just changed that. I don't want that all there. So I'm going to take that off. Maybe this part here relates to my question, my second question. And my second question I'm highlighting it in blue for. Okay, and once again, I don't know, this doesn't typically highlight the whole thing, but anyways, you get the idea. Once I'm done that, this little button here allows me to get the students to collect all their highlights together in one separate document. So if I click on it, it will create a new document for me, and it will just take the portions of text that are highlighted. And then I would have the kids add their question in here related to that question. I don't know, I'm just making this up, but the giant pandas rule. And then I would have them organize their second jot notes the second section in the same way. And then from here they create their own jot notes. So they take text and then they can piece it together. It's especially helpful for my lower level learners trying to organize text. A second thing that's really cool here is that I can, let's get rid of this for a second. I can get kids to just look at a certain part of the screen. So I've got a little screen. It just helps look at smaller chunks of text, and especially for my kids that are overwhelmed by great amounts of text, it helps them to see small amounts at one time. There you go. Lastly, the last thing I want to point out is this is brand new to Google Read and Write, and it's just come out, and it's a practice reading aloud feature. They had a voice note feature in the other one, but this little icon right here is the practice reading aloud feature, and it's used to be able to do it just in Google Docs, but now you can do it on any text. So you just highlight the section, or you look at the text where you want it to be, and you're going to click this. It's going to open another window for me, and I can scroll down to where I want it to be. It's just loading here. And then I can, oh dear, why is this not letting me go down? Oh, here we go. I can start to read to myself and record myself. So for example, baby giant pandas are seen at the, of course I don't know that word, research base of giant panda breeding. So we're going to stop that, and I can play it now. Baby giant pandas are seen at the, of course I don't know that word, research base of giant panda breeding. And then if I want, I can, this little icon here, I can send that recording to my teacher. And there is a place for teachers within Google Classroom or a different document that you can store progress for kids. So if you're getting them to record their fluency and that type of thing, then that's something that you can use as well. Anyways, these are just a few of the different ways that I use Google Write, mostly for my weaker readers and writers, but all my writers I use it for within their proofreading, editing, revising stages of writing, and especially for my EL learners, they also can create vocabulary lists and things in here as well. Anyways, that's it. Hope you learned a little bit about Google Read and Write. It's a great tool.